At least 30 people have been detained in the Greek capital Athens after violent protests broke out following an annual memorial march for a 15-year-old boy who was killed by police in 2008.
The memorial came just a day after a 16-year-old boy was shot and injured by police in Greece's second-largest city of Thessaloniki. Our correspondent Evangelos reports.
Thousands of demonstrators marched through the streets of Athens to mark the 14th anniversary of a police killing of a teenage boy whose death triggered Greece's worst riots in decades. The protest started peacefully, however, the situation escalated. The annual march to commemorate the fatal shooting of 15-year-old Alexandros Grigoropoulos in 2008 started around noon as high school students and others passed by the Greek parliament before ending up near the Exarchia district where the incident occurred. By the evening, the crowds had grown, with around 4,500 police officers facing hooded protesters throwing petrol bombs. Officers responded with tear gas and flash bombs to disperse the crowds. The riots spilled to nearby streets and neighborhoods, with protesters setting roadblocks and burning garbage bins. More than 10 people were arrested, with a further 20 detained. Around 6 police officers were injured, and 1 is in critical condition in hospital. The annual memorial was highly charged as it took place just a day after the shooting of a 16-year-old boy from the Roma community in Thessaloniki. The police say the boy has filled up his truck before fleeing without paying. He was later chased by police and shot. The incident led to protests by Roma groups in many cities and clashes between police and protesters. A police officer is expected to appear in court on Wednesday in relation to a shooting of a 16-year-old boy in Thessaloniki. Community groups are threatening with more and violent protests if justice is not served. Meanwhile, the teenage boy remains in a critical condition in hospital. Evangelos for CGTN, Athens.